Everybody, Jay and Manion here with some woman that used to do interviews for us for NBC News Online. What's your name again, ma'am?
Angelica Teixeira. Do you know me?
Yeah, you just interviewed for us at the NPC Nationals, right?
Yes, just a month ago?
Yeah, so
2 months. 2 months, yeah.
So what are you doing in Pittsburgh? What's going on?
Well, the comeback's coming.
Where are you coming back to?
Well, 3 weeks from the stage. It's been a while, 3 years, and now I'm back. So gotta come here and do the fun stuff.
You're halfway to Columbus right now.
Yes, I am. I should just go there already.
Yeah. All right, Angelica. I mean, I saw your interview with the Jay and Matt's podcast, but if other people didn't, everybody knows, you've been off. You have 2 daughters, 2 beautiful little girls, okay, that are a handful, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, yes. I have my hands full, but it's the best thing in my life.
Okay.
They are a blessing.
It's the best full-time job you've had, right?
Yes, full-time, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So for the people that didn't see that, what was the motivation and why the comeback now?
Well, I went to the Olympia and I was just, working at the Olympia backstage. And, seeing everyone, the environment, I was like, you know what, I miss this, And it wasn't until I got home that I was thinking, oh my God, if I'm going to do it, it got to be now. Also, then I told my husband, baby, what do you think? You think I should come back? And he's like, I think you should. I expect him, because with the babes, it's so much work. I expect him to say, no, now we have the girls, we need you full time here. We need, you to be focused on them. But no, he was super supportive. And he said, no, I think it would be great if you come back. So I was thinking for them, for my girls, they look, because they already love what I do. Alisa, she's older, she's 2 years now. She looks at my pictures, she looks at all my posing clients, my clients that send videos for me, my prep clients. She's like, oh, mamãe, bikini. She calls all other bikini competitors mamãe. Bikini, mamãe. She loves it, everything that she sees, my trophies, everything, her eyes shine. And I'm like, if I don't come back, they will think I stopped because of them. They were the one that stopped my career. And I don't want them to look at my career and see, how many great things I did. And then after us, mom could never come back, right, and do a show again. So I want them to be part of this journey. This is the main goal. I want my babies to be there. I want to take pictures with them and hopefully win and have them, on stage, So this is the reason. This is what motivated me to give my real best, this whole prep, and to come back and for them.
So it's been almost, say, 3.5 years since you've been on stage, right?
Yes. My last show was the Olympia 2020, and it was in December.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Now, you've seen, I know we were talking earlier whenever Tyler was here, and I said, whenever you would talk to me about the comeback, you said one of the things that motivated you was seeing Jennifer Dory winning her title back, and how the bikini division, the criteria has kind of gone back a little bit towards what you were, whenever you were back on stage, right?
Yes. I think it's a beautiful shape. It's full and it's still athletic and tight, but more feminine, not so much muscle, not so shredded. So I really like that look. And when I saw, what they were awarding, at the Olympia, I was like, you know what, bikini is going the direction that I really love. It's, the way that I always like it to hold my shape when I was winning. And I'm like, I think, it's going back to the shape that I think the beautiful, most beautiful bikini shape. So
timing is everything, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. That's true. Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah. And perfect timing for me too, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought that was great, whenever you said that to me, I'm like, because I know a couple other of the competitors that have taken some years off and they came back, and I was like, listen, you can't just go walk back on the stage right now because some things have changed. But for you, it's kind of back to where it was.
Yes. That's, it gives me a relief, because then of course, I had 2 babies. I was still training my whole pregnancy. And it's funny because I think most pregnant women lose muscle, but as I see myself now, almost ready to step on stage, I don't think I lost muscle. I think I gained muscle. But, but also because in this whole process, I was not training to improve. I was just training because I love it, because I wasn't sure if I was going to come back. And then when I saw that she won, and it wasn't that crazy amount of muscle, it wasn't so shredded, I'm like, you know what, this will not be a super tough prep if I decide to come back, and I don't need to work to put on a lot of muscle, and also I don't need to be like doing over, and like doing extra cardio and dieting super hard. So it's kind of like, the lifestyle that I was already, like doing. So and it's been like that, this prep. I'm actually eating more than I was when I wasn't prepping. So, it's been fun.
Well, it was funny because I remember, Tyler asked what you weigh before and what you're weighing now, and people will be surprised. We're not going to say what it is, okay? But they'd be surprised because you actually look fuller than what your actual weight really is.
Yes. So my weight is low, but it's a little more than what I weighted for my last shows. But I expected to weight way less when I was this lean. But I see that I actually have more muscle now, and I look fuller. So yeah, I'm excited to showcase that.
So just so everybody is aware, they're not going to be happy when I say this, is we're not releasing the posing video until the week of the contest.
Surprise. Surprise. You got to wait and see. Yeah.
Listen, like I said, that was something that Derek Lunsford said to me when he came in to do his Road to the Olympia. And he's like, why don't you hold these posing videos until the week of the show with all these top competitors? He goes, so people don't have time, that they're going to criticize anyways. We know that no matter what. Yeah. But he goes, in this way, you kind of build up like, this is what we look like. And now you're going to finally see us on stage.
Yes. And then they'll see the difference, because every week we improve so much. So now we're like almost 3 weeks out. And then in 3 weeks, the body can change a lot.
Yeah. Now, if you read the captions for the video, I'll tell you exactly how many days out they were from the contest.
So make sure read the caption, because some people don't read the caption. Then they're like, oh, that's how she looks now, So
well, that's what he said too. He goes, if they don't want to read it, because that's on them.
Yes.
So I give all credit to Derek for that, and it actually worked out really well. Yeah. And everybody really likes that idea.
Yeah,
because like I said, I'm not releasing Laurel's either, and other people. So it's going to be a big surprise. So you can see them, what they look like as they came here, and then you're going to see them a couple of days later on the stage.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think it's the best. And even for the amateurs, like to understand that we don't look like that way all year round because we pros. We also improve. It's a process. We, we have a little bit more body fat, and then we get leaner as it goes, because some amateurs think they look at us and like, oh, they look like that all year round sometimes,
Yeah.
And it's not real. No one can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to be honest, it just feels weird because we haven't done this for so long, but it feels the same at the same time.
It feels the same. I'm home. This is family. Every time this is a new gym, and I'm loving it. Like everyone, not everyone can come here, of course, because it's a private gym. But if you have the opportunity, if you're invited, this place is amazing, and it's so good to be here. With my NPC, my IFBB Pro League family. It's so good to be back after having 2 babies. It's like,
and you had the press waiting here to welcome you.
Yeah, press was here waiting for me. I was like, really? You waiting for me? He's like, I'm just waiting for you. So, I can see you and go. I'm like,
true welcome back.
So important. Yeah. And he said, like, you are family. And I'm like, yeah, that's, this means the world to me, because it's been 11 years that I have been competing. It's, it's a long part of my life. It's, it's really part of my journey. Like, this is what I do. And that's why when I decided, okay, I'll go back. Now I feel like myself again. Of course, I was still involved. I was still at the shows, still at the seminars, still, working in the industry, like I'm a coach now, and I have so many athletes. So I was at the shows and everything, but it's different when you're doing what you really love, like, what you did for so many years, I feel like myself again. So this is amazing.
All right. Since you last competed, one of the things is there has been a lot of, I'm trying to think of the right word to use, but the emergence of a lot of top Brazilian athletes in all the division. Back when you started, there was only a handful. There was like you and Isa, maybe a couple others. But of course, I know wellness helped with that also. But you were seeing a lot of the guys too. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, most people think that they're saying like most of the athletes are from America, and then Brazil would probably be second.
Yes, I agree. I think Brazil is second in the world now. Bodybuilding is so big in Brazil. It was after the NPC Worldwide went to Brazil, everything changed. It was very small and then it just exploded. Like, like in Brazil now, like we see the quality. We are crazy about fitness in Brazil. We are, we are born.
You're going to stop just at the crazy part.
Yeah, we are crazy in Brazil. No, we are crazy about fitness. A little crazy too, But we are born training, like all the women, we want to build the body very young because we see all the beautiful women, on TV. It's like beaches everywhere. So, like every man's shirtless, they want to look good, they want to train. So I think this is, and now seeing the opportunities, like so many big companies in Brazil, that gives opportunity to sponsor athletes and, and bring them here to compete and travel the world. So this is the dream. That's why the sport is growing so much in Brazil. And we have the genetics too. Yeah. I say.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got Ramon chasing, pushing CBum hard.
Yes, really hard. Yeah. This last Olympia was tough, and he's getting better and better. So, and he's coming for this Arnold.
Yeah. So the last time I was in Brazil, we were at the 2019 Arnold in Brazil, okay? And that's whenever we were talking about, and I was telling you how we were bringing wellness and everything, okay? And I remember one thing you said to me about wellness versus bikini, right?
Well, I say, for me?
You said in general. Yeah. You said the wellness competitors call us skinny bees.
I say that? But
but you're Miss Olympia now. You go, they don't care. They're looking at the glutes.
That's true. Skinny bee, bunda. It is true. You cannot compare. When I'm next to Franciele or Isa, I'm like, okay, now I see.
There's like, where did Angelica go?
I'm like, okay. But I think it's so nice that we can have both divisions, because I love bikini, but I think maybe if I started later when wellness was already part of the NPC and IFBB Pro League, maybe I would have chosen wellness and just grow a little more, because everyone knows I had to shrink my quads because in Brazil I was training quads forever to grow my quads. So to fit the bikini division, I had to change my physique. So I could easily just try to go one step up and do wellness. So I love both divisions. Of course, I have a special love for bikini because the whole journey, right? But, I just love that the wellness is growing so much, not just in Brazil, but here and worldwide. It's
the thing I remember about that expo was walking around, and I was filming it for my father, is that on the sides of all the booths, okay? Like you go to the Arnold, you go to the Olympia, and there's big pictures of you, Isa, whomever. Mm-hmm. None of you were there. It was all wellness competitors.
Now I'm mad.
And I remember filming this going, look guys, there's not a bikini competitor on the sides of these booths.
Those big bees is taking our place.
Well, one time, people go, oh, well, so-and-so looks like they could be wellness. And so I put Isa Piccini next to Julia Chitara, and we had them both run through the bikini poses and the wellness poses to show that there's a big difference between them.
Oh my God, yes. It's so different. It's so different. But I think that bikini is like also different that, like bikini brings that symmetry. And then when we see wellness, it's not about the symmetry at all. It's how like your eyes go like boom, glutes and legs, It's like, boom. Yeah, boom. But it's like that, right? When we see wellness, it's like, you do that. Yeah. But bikini is kind of like very harmonic and it's beautiful and it flows. But wellness is kind of like, it's, when you look, you're like, wow.
Yeah, and I also think that with the explosion of wellness and, and right around that time there, we start seeing like even in, classic men's physique, there was a lot of Brazilian men's physique competitors. All of a sudden, they're on the scene. They're doing well. They're winning shows. They're coming into the Olympia, everything. It was just like, all of a sudden, like you said, once, NPC Worldwide went down there and everything just went crazy.
Yes, crazy. That, like I know every time I go to Brazil and, every time I talk to Brazilians that compete there, and even the amateur, like it's growing, like I'm from a very small town, like Carangola, it's the middle of nothing. And then my husband's city is 20 minutes from my city. We had no competitors there, like none. And now so many people reach out to me like, Angelica, you're from Carangola, I'm from here, I'm competing. Angelica, I'm competing. I'm like, the sport is really growing because it's getting to small towns and it's spreading in Brazil. It's because of the opportunity. If it wasn't for the NPC, we'd never, we never have that in Brazil.
I mean, I know it's the biggest country in South America, but it's just crazy the amount of competitors. Like you said, I mean, like if you go to, like, say, the Amateur Olympia, and in the women's divisions, this might even be understating, but I'd say, 70 to 80% of them are from Brazil.
Yes. It's so many, and many Brazilians that live here too, they want to compete. Right. So when you see it's Brazilians come from Brazil, it's Brazilians that live here competing. It's just, I don't know, it's something that we really love. It's linked to the physique, taking care of ourselves. We always love that, like being in the gym and building the body. Why not, take the next step and step on stage, right? Yeah. Even more for bikini because it's, it's more achievable, even more now, right? Yeah. The way it looks now, it's easier for all the women that like to look good and train and be healthy to look at us on stage and like, oh, it's not so hard to achieve. Right. So, let me try. So that's why too, the sport is growing, and I think that's why it's so good that bikini is going that direction. Mm-hmm.
And we've got that little battle in wellness between, Isa and Francielli.
Yes. Wow. They are both so amazing.
This is going to be interesting in Columbus because, I don't think Francielli's been in Columbus since she won the amateur there.
Yeah, no, she didn't. She won, her pro card there, and then she didn't compete. She won the Olympia, and then she didn't do the Arnold. So I think it would be very interesting. I know this Olympia, Francielli,
especially with Isa as the defending champion.
Yeah. Isa will be defending her title, right? And Francielli, she's 3-time Miss Olympia now. And both are so amazing. And I heard even Atla saying backstage, like, it was super close this time, So Isa is getting better, like 1 point. So Isa is getting better. She's bringing the fire, she's after it. And Francielli, she's just amazing, as it is. I don't know if she can improve anything, or it's just kind of like maintain. I don't know what her feedback was, because for me, she's so amazing. But Isa, she's getting so close and close and close, and who knows what can happen.
Okay, speaking of defending champions, what words do you have for Laura Lee?
I love her.
Oh, don't give me that. Come on.
He wants to see the fight. I hate her. I'm coming for her, No.
Good. That's the part we're going to run.
Okay, let me show my muscles. No, Laura Lee, she's someone that...
you saw the interview. She said she was very excited to have you.
Yes. And I messaged her like on her Instagram because life is so busy now. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm champ, like the champ, like I'm so happy to share this stage with you again because she's amazing, like when I defended my title 2018, she got second place, and I was like, who is this girl,
So it's like you two are going to pick up this rivalry again.
No, but we never had that. It's fun.
There is. Come on.
No. She's just so sweet, and we were talking, like she even said in the interview, we were talking backstage, and she was just, like so calm. And I told her, hey, go get it, because she's been trying for so long. So, like I gave her some encouragement words. And I didn't say anything about coming back, like to compete because it wasn't there yet. Like it wasn't, something that I was like, okay, I'm here, but next year I'll be competing. No, it was something that I wasn't even thinking about, because with babies the way it was, I was
like when you got home and you thought back.
Yeah, and I thought, and then that's when I told Marco, you know what? And then I saw my weight. Like when I got after the Olympia, I was like, oh, let me see how much I weigh. And then I'm like, 121? I'm like, this is almost my stage weight. I'm like, what's going on? And then I see my physique, and everyone at the Olympia was like, you coming back? Oh my God, you look amazing. Oh my God, you know when people start to encourage you, and a lot of people like telling me, oh, you should come back, you should come back, you should come back. And I'm like, no, I don't know. And even like doing the live stream with Etla, everyone asking, like sending questions and asking me and Etla, like, no, we want to see you both on stage again. And then Etla like, oh, no, I can't anymore, And then Etla like, but what about you, Angelica? I'm like, I don't know. And Coach Rubens was doing the live stream with us. He was like, Angelica, you know what? Like some things that he said stick with me. Right. And he said, I think like a champion, you cannot just stop like that. Like, like people wants to see you back. And, and then I got home and that's when I was like, you know what?
The wheels were turning.
Yeah, the wheels were turning. And then the excitement about the Olympia, because I was already part of the Olympia. So I was happy. But and then everything passed and I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I can do this, because I wasn't sure how my body was going to respond. And so after that, I made a video like in the afternoon, or even in the morning, like, oh, let me see how I look. And there was missing a few parts there in the shape. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm not so far away. Right. And I think if I really work hard, if I start now, I can probably do the Arnold. So that's when the idea came. But I'm like, I think Marco's going to cut me right there, And no, he just said, you know what, I think you should. And I'm like, babe, are you serious? You think I can do it? I'm like, I'm going to need your support 100%. Because it's not just like stepping on stage, prepping. It's a lot, involved. I want to be involved. I want to, I want to represent the sport. Right. It's not just stepping on stage. And he's like, no, I know that's what you love most, being there for the sport, being there for the amateurs, So why not?
Right. Yeah. And I know you already had a big following of women, but what about the moms now? Are they really?
Oh my God, it's been amazing. Everyone, like everything that I post, they like, oh my God, you're looking amazing. You're proving to every mom that we're not done when we have kids, that we can have kids and come back and look even better, So the support has been amazing. And honestly, I'm doing this for them because now I know what it takes to have kids. It's different. Right. It's another level,
It is. And
I'm doing this. I'm doing all the work, but now it's different. It's not about me anymore.
And if they don't know, tell them how old your daughters are.
Yeah, my oldest is 2 years old. She turned 2 in December, and my youngest turned 1 last week. So I'll be on stage. She'll be 1 year and one month after having her. So it's still postpartum recovery and stepping on stage, because some women take years to recover, So I'm sharing everything on my YouTube, what I'm doing, like all the core, exercise that I do to help, with postpartum, everything, my training, my diet, I'm sharing everything because I want to help all the women, of course, in general, but mostly like the moms, because it's something that some moms, they get it hurts them, like that they never gonna see them back to what they were. And you can, if you focus, if you really want it, you can do it, I'm not gonna say it's super easy, because once you have kids, your kids wants to feed you, I'm trying to get out of their food all the time. They trying to give me, I'm like, okay. So it's harder, and the time is short. And I have to wake up early. I have to put my alarm, and sometimes I'm not sleeping enough, but I'm getting done. And it's funny, this prep has been different because my metabolism is way faster, and I expect it to be harder.
You've been chasing those little ones around.
That's what it is. And you and Debbie told me that before. You're going to be after them all day, and I don't stop. So before I was waking up around 7:30, when they wake up. So I wake up, take care of them, and then would have breakfast 1-2 hours later. And I'm like, I need to change that. So now I'm waking up even earlier. So, so I can do my vacuum exercise, because I know I need to do this, because I had 2 babies. If I don't do that, how I'm going to step on stage. Right. So this is working really well. And then I need to eat, because I need to have all those meals during the day. So I cannot start eating after they wake up, and then I take care of them. So it changed my routine, but it is possible. That's what I want to prove. It's hard, yes. It's challenging, yes, but it is possible,
Yeah, and those of you that are in the Bikini International, she has no loose skin.
Yes, right? You already saw, so, no loose skin.
That's the only thing I'm dropping out there for you.
Yeah, no loose skin.
Somewhere go right.
So wait for that video. Wait for that video is coming, yeah.
So another change this year is there's a change in your training.
Yes, yes. So,
Kind of doing it yourself.
yeah, now I'm coaching myself for this one, like I need to say Kimoro's name here, and thank him because we are family, like I started working at Fit Body Fusion because I had no idea if I was going to go back competing or not, it was just, I needed to be involved doing what I love. And if I wasn't competing, I needed to see this love that I have for the sport with my clients. So I was already a coach, but it was very small and getting smaller because my name was not out there, the way it was anymore. So when I had this opportunity to coach with Jamie, like for Fit Body Fusion, I said I need to grab this opportunity because I want to grow this business because I need to work too, right? So Kimura was the first one that I called, I called him and he was like, hey, pretending he's speaking Portuguese like always. And then I'm like, hey, King, like this opportunity came. He's like, Angelica, I love you. You are family. I want you to succeed, and I think you'll be great at it, just do it. I know who you are, and we'll always be family. So I told him, I want to have your blessing, because this is not, I never want you to think that I'm being not loyal, and that I don't love you anymore, or that, it was great until I was winning and competing, and now, I'm competition to you. I'll never be competition. You'll always be special to me. So he said, no, go, I wish you all the success. I'll be always here for anything that you need. And we kept the contact, and I started coaching, and he blessed that, So when I thought about competing again, I'm like, yeah, so now, now it doesn't make sense that I'm working with Fit Body Fusion and then I'll be coached by him, right? And then I was like, you know what, I'm doing such a great job with my clients, and I know I have so much experience, and I learned so much from Kimura, and I'm learning so much. Fit Body Fusion is so amazing, they give us so much opportunity of course and learning, so I have been doing so many courses and learning,
Well, the good thing is too, with
my knowledge,
The good thing is with Jamie, you can have another set of eyes look at you.
Yes, for sure. Having her, she's being looking at my pictures sometimes and give me a few points and calling me hey, I think you're in the right track, maybe if you try this and that, how, what you've been doing, and then I tell her, oh, I'm doing this and that. It's oh, great. So why you don't test this, So she's being someone that's been a second, eye for me. I also have a friend, a really good friend, Ana Daltro. We are NPC friends. She was competing in California. She's Brazilian. I was competing in New Jersey. Shocking. She's Brazilian. And then we became friends. We never met each other for years, and we became such good friends. And she's also a coach. So she's someone that I send my pictures. Every time I take pictures, I send it to her because I want to have someone to send pictures, And then she's like, wow, this is great, So I'm doing my own thing, but I have a few people that look at me. I also have a really good friend in the gym at House of Gains. He's there, Ivan. So he also look at me, and he even saw me on the beginning. He's like, okay, mama, you're going in the right direction, So I have some people, because you kind of get a little blind, but for this prep, it's funny, but I'm not getting blind. I look at my pictures and I'm like, oh, I'm holding a little bit water today because I was testing a little bit more carbs yesterday because now my body's ready. I was ready 6 weeks before, it was crazy. I'm like, you know what? Ready. I know that I'm ready when I hold here and I can't hold any fat. And I'm like, surprisingly, I'm ready, know? So that's when I start playing, because I know bikini is coming fuller. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready this far. I need to make sure that I keep the fullness. So I start playing with my carbs, playing with my fats, decreasing the protein, and then increasing the carbs instead. And then, you know what? Now I'm getting harder. They don't want too hard. So let me increase my fats, So it's been fun. I'm telling you, being my own coach has been fun. And I'm mixing all the knowledge from competing for, 39 competitions. This will be my show number 40. And I'll be 41 week after. So show 40, I'll be 41 week after. So I'm not only here to prove to the moms, but also to the older woman that you can do in the highest level too. Because sometimes I have...
That's called middle age, not old.
Yeah, no, not old at all. No, No, not older,
I'm old, you're not old.
Masters. Yeah, you say that, and I like that. And everyone you're not 40. What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of having 2 babies, of being almost 40 and coming back and looking my best and proving to the moms, to the women that think that they are too old, that no, you can still compete in the highest level, you know? You can still do this, you know? So
I know people they're surprised to find out that Franciele has 2 older children.
Yes, and Franciele, she's, I think she's 2 years younger than me, I think. I think she's maybe 38 now.
And her daughter's like 14 or 15, you know?
Yes. They have, you know, she has two kids too. Yeah. So, you know, like it's definitely possible, you know? So from all those shows, I got so many experience that I said, you know what? I can do this. So now it's a mix of everything that I tried my whole journey and everything that I have been learning, you know, new with Fit Body Fusion, with Jamie, and just trying things, you know, like myself with my body. And it's really working, you know, and of course not doing crazy things. I don't want to try anything too different. I know they want bikini in the standard bikini that we had. So, you know, it's even better, you know. And it's been fun, you know, this journey to, at first I thought I'm crazy. I am, right? I'm Brazilian, I'm crazy, right?
Of course.
I'm like, I'm coming back after 3 years and a half, not competing. 2 babies, so my body changed and then went, you know, kind of like recover a little bit and then change it again in like, wow. Bikini, most have been changing, you know. I was like, what changed? I even asked you, and you're like, you know what? It's going back to the way it was. So I'm like, okay, at least this is a relief. But I'm like, doing all of this is already a challenge, and doing this by myself, it's such a big challenge, you know. But the way it went, everything was so smooth, and I'm kind of like watching my body every day. It was worth it, you know, like I can say like now after the feedback too, you know, that, wow, I did it, you know, like I'm so happy, you know.
So do you have a game plan after this besides the Olympia, like maybe a Pittsburgh Pro, New York Pro, something like that?
Ooh, who knows?
Win them back?
Winning back would, oh my God, that would be amazing. So my plan is, let's see how this one goes. Okay, so let's see. If it goes really well, I might get excited, too excited. And
so I'll call you the Monday after the show.
I'll call you after the show. Like
Monday after.
Monday after the show, yes. So I want to see how this one will be because I want to see how I stand with them, you know? So I'm not going to say, okay, I'm going to now come and do all the shows. But well, if I can do
and I
can get it all, why not, right?
But I like the fact that you didn't do like a comeback at Pittsburgh or, you know, New York or Tampa or Toronto, whatever, which are considered some of the bigger contests. You just went for the second biggest contest. You went right for it.
Yes. I was like, you know what? If I can, I want to see if I can stand where I was again, you know? Like, I want to come and step with the best, like step on stage with the best. Because I know this set my mind to the highest level. And every day I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'll take care of my babies, I'll take care of my clients, but hey, this is a big goal. So this gotta be, you know, like top of the priority after my babies and my clients. This is top of priority. So I know I need to do my best every day and I will not lack on anything, you know, because I'm not prepping, of course, any IFBB Pro League show be tough, you know. There's no easy shows anymore, guys, you know. But doing the Arnold is such a special show for me, you know, like it was the show that gave me the first, you know, like in 2016 was when everyone like, oh, who is this? You know, when I got the 4th place and I broke the top 5, and then after that I won the Pittsburgh Pro, I won the Salt Lake City, now has the other name, Wasatch Warrior. Yeah. And then Pittsburgh Pro, and then New York Pro, and then I got second at the Olympia after placing second to last. Yeah. So Arnold was the show that gave me the exposure, you know. So it's such a special show, and I was like, you know what, if I can start the year doing the first show, why not, you know? So let's see how it goes for that one, and then I'll call you.
I'll probably call you before you call me.
Well, I'll probably, if you say you call me
like,
Monday,
Marco,
I'll probably call you Saturday.
You'll go, Marco, if JM calls, hit mute.
Yeah, hit mute, because you already know what's coming.
Just take my phone and hit it.
If you want me to stay like quiet for a few months, don't answer. You'll be like, you know what? You're killing it. Just go and do it, you know? Yeah. So I'm excited for this year. I am.
So outside of like Fit Body Fusion, Jamie, Kim, is there anyone else besides Marco do you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
Oh, yes. I want to first Trifecta. Trifecta has been with me since, I have been with Trifecta since 2019. And of course, with all the change, I lost almost all my sponsors, And Trifecta was a sponsor that stick with me. They were like, we're not going anywhere, we love you. And all these times, still send me food, still send me a salary, the support was always there. And now, more than ever, So Trifecta also bucked up my new sponsor, my supplement sponsor. So now I have so much support,
I wondered about the hat with the antlers. Okay, now I know. Because I remember them at Nationals, right? Okay.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And it's been amazing.
Just bucked up. She walked in with the baseball hat on, just so you know.
Yes. So now you know what it is. and it's been amazing to be with them, such, great support. And my bikini sponsor, Buff Bikinis, I'm back, she started sponsoring me in 2016, and now we're back working together. And she sponsored me for all my shows that I won, my whole journey, just my last Olympia. She took a break to take care of her family. And then I had another sponsor, but now she's back and I'm back and, we're together. All the glitter jams, also my sponsor. Like House of Gains, the gym that I train in Texas, because I'm there every day. The support is amazing too. And my family, of course, like Marco for, just being there for me, and letting me, allowing me to do this, And let me see, and I'm forgetting someone. Guys, I'm on prep 3 weeks out. If I'm forgetting someone.
You've been at prep brain for a while.
I need to thank, of course, you, President Manion. If it wasn't for him, I told him today, he's like, oh, let's take a picture there, the IFBB Pro League, because I think you're a pro, right? I'm like, if it wasn't for you, I would never be a pro, He was the one that gave me the opportunity when Brazil denied my pro card. And he said, I see your potential. I see how much you're trying,
And to clarify that was before NPC Worldwide was there.
Yeah, it was before, everything. I think, now everything changed after that. But before that, the NPC wasn't in Brazil. It was so hard to get the pro card. But now we have all this opportunity in Brazil. So he was the one that said, no, this is, it's not fair that they deny, the other federation, of course, is denying your pro card. He gave me my pro card. Right. So I will always be forever thankful to the IFBB Pro League, to the NPC President Manion, Tyler Manion, you, all the family, Attila, And it's really, you guys are family, the whole industry, And let me see, I want to thank me. For believing me, because it was a crazy idea,
Did anybody, when you said that, just absolutely go, no, that's crazy, don't try it? Did anybody ever say that to you?
Yeah, my sister, she
Why does that not surprise me?
My sister, both sisters, they were like, oh no, Angelica, I think this is not a good idea. This is not gonna look good.
Of course, it was the sisters.
Of course, sisters, they are my best friends, right, of course. So they'll be very tough on me, all the time. And I'm like, hey guys, what do you think? I think I'm, thinking about going back competing. And they were like, no, don't do that, Angelica. You know what? Everyone remembers you by what you looked at before. And now you're gonna come back after 2 kids. Don't do that.
That's why that word remembers that triggered you.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh yeah, don't do it. No, I can't hear that. Now I'm doing it. I'm gonna prove, people wrong, And my very good friend, Anna Dalton, she was the first one that saw the video that I did, and she's like, yeah, there's missing a few parts in there, but we can definitely do it, she said. Right. You can do it, but...
my experience with Brazilians, kind of like being with Debbie, is they're brutally honest.
Yes, very.
There's no punches pulled, right?
Very honest, if they're gonna say something you like, if you don't wanna hear, it's better not to ask, Right. Better not to ask. Just stay quiet, Debbie said I was a little crazy too. She's like, 2 kids and you're coming back? I'm like, I'm not even gonna tell Debbie because I know she's gonna be like.
But she didn't outright say no.
She did not say no. She gave me support.
She said you were a little crazy.
She said, you are crazy, but if you think you can do it, okay.
Right.
You know, yes. She was honest because it is like competing. Maybe if I was getting ready to compete in an amateur show, you know, like as a goal to get back in shape, okay, it's one thing, but competing the highest level is another thing, you know. So
well, I will say I give you props because you came to Adela's show to talk to her face to face.
yes, and I was like, Debbie, you say I'm crazy. She's like, I told you're crazy, but if you want to do this, okay, do it, you know. Yeah. And then I hug her, and she's like, no, because I wanted to see if I had, you know, like your blessing, of course, President Manion's blessing, and even because, you know, like. To do the Olympia now, people think that I'm qualified for life, but it's not like that anymore, right? And when it's like after 5 years that you won the Olympia, you need the authorization. You need to kind of like ask for permission, right? So I'm also here to ask for permission.
Well, you win that Arnold, you're in.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna need any permission.
Back
for that, of course.
An in-case backup plan, of course, is Pittsburgh and New York Pro, which are back-to-back weeks this year.
Yes.
There's no week in between.
Yes. So you don't need to take
out.
a lot of don't need to take a bigger break.
You were at Steve's. I'm sure he asked you about New York Pro.
Yeah, he actually, when I told him that I was coming back competing, he's like, oh, New York Pro. And I'm like, actually, Arnold first, you know? So let's see how that one goes. And it's just, okay, I also want to thank Chic, the belt, you know, they also kept sponsoring me this whole time too, you know? Yeah. Let me see, I'm just thinking if I'm forgetting any sponsors, but I don't think so. Pro-10 now, you know, because Pro-10, I feel that I was always sponsored by Pro-10 because they always wanted to have me as, you know, one of the team, but I always wanted to do the training that was backstage, and the Arnold wasn't Pro-10, so I was like, I'm always going to do the Arnold, but Pro-10 not going to be there because I get so nervous if I don't get the training backstage.
But they're there now.
So they're there now. So they were the first ones that said, Angelica, now we have the Arnold, so you have no excuse. I'm like, excuse? It's a dream to be part of the Pro-10 team, so you can count on me. You can say now that I'm part of the Pro-10.
So in a way, everything's kind of lined up for you now.
Yeah.
That it wasn't before.
Everything is very lined up, yeah. So, you know, I feel that I have even more support because I'm not just someone that is here trying to rise, you know. I've been to the top and, you know, like I've been there for a good time and I was able to really, you know, like represent the sport. And then, you know, I had a decline, but then I had babies and now having myself, you know, kind of like going up again because after I had babies and people thought, okay, she's done, you know. I feel support people, it's to, you know, grab me by the hand and like, Angelica, you can do this, you know. So this is giving me so much strength.
Let me put a little pause here. Okay. When you say your decline, most people would have been happy where you still placed.
I know.
I know you're being hard on yourself because
I'm being hard on myself. Like being, you know, like my last show was I got 4th place at the Olympia, and the Arnold I got 2nd place. You know, like in 2020. This is amazing. You know, with all the amazing competitors that was, you know, was still there. You know, like rising. You know, and Jennifer Dory and Janet and Laura Lee. You know, all the big names. So Ashley, everyone was there. You know.
Remember, we took a big group picture. I took a big group picture of you back there.
Everyone, you know, and all the amazing competitors rising. You know, like all these new pros. You know, so to get 4th place at the Olympia is amazing. So of course that, you know, winning for 2 years, when you drop placement, you say you dropped, but it's still, you know, being that mix is still amazing, you know. So no complaints.
Yeah, I know, but you know, you're at the top of the mountain. You did a little slide, but you know, and of course, but the whole reason you're doing this, you're going there to win. I mean, if anybody says they're training not to win, then they're lying or they're doing it for the wrong reason.
No, of course, like, you know, like my purpose is my babies now, but if I'm doing this, is to prove them that mom can win, you know? I'm going there to take that trophy and bring it home for them. I'm not just going there to step on stage so they can see me on stage, you know? Yeah. So if you ask me like, oh, are you just to show that you can do it and step on stage again? No, I'm coming to win. You know, I'm preparing myself to win. Nobody goes to war just to go to war. You want to win the war and come back with a victory, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm not, if I thought that I couldn't win, that I couldn't have the potential and be competitive, I would never step on stage again, you know? If I look at myself and like, you know, I don't think my shape is there anymore. No, I know I have what it takes, and I'm coming to win.
All right. I think it's the perfect place to end it.
Yeah.
Okay? So listen, if you want to see Angelica come back to win, get yourself to Columbus. I know if you can't make it, they have a free live stream.
Yes, they have a free live stream.
But being there is so much better.
Oh, being there and scream for me when I come on stage, give me the energy, please. Yeah, everyone that is following my journey, the support has been amazing on YouTube, on Instagram. Everything that I post, everyone is kind of like cheering me on. So I want to see you guys there. Come see in person.
Okay. Well, I think, like I said, that's the perfect way to end. So, J.M. Manion.
Angelica Teixeira.
Signing out for npcnewsonline.com. I hope to see you in Columbus.